most days, Pastor Jay Voorhees gets started so early. He shows up to work before the sun does.
I usually try to be here at the church by 7, and just to get things ready and make sure my head's in the right place.
After 23 years in ministry, you learn to start early.
You have a good week?
We did.
Good deal. It's good to see you. Roy, you doing okay?
I'm doing fine.
Okay.
Time enough to feel the warmth
Hi. How are you?
he's come to know.
Good. Life okay?
I can't ask for better.
Okay, well then that's good. Well, good morning, everybody. So good to see you here this morning.
Time enough, Jay says, to notice something else.
Folks will talk about coming to church and feeling alone in the midst of a worship service. That's just wrong, and we don't believe in that.
So Jay took it upon himself
We are called to be together.
to spread that warmth. Onto frozen ground.
So, gentlemen, whose idea was this?
I don't know.
I
Come from upper management.
It's a little before 8 a.m.
I don't look very pastoral in this, but it's warm.
during what turned out to be Nashville's biggest winter storm of the year.
Significant snowfall happening all across Middle Tennessee today.
Not exactly what Jay had in mind when he came up with an idea at the Hills of Calvary Memorial Park.
This is a little unique. We've never done it in a snowstorm, but I'm honored and happy to be here.
Beneath a blanket of white, far removed from the walls of the City Road Chapel United Methodist Church, lie the graves of Nashville's indigent burial program. For years, the city has offered a free casket and plot at one of its cemeteries for those who can't afford to pay, or for those without any family to claim them. What's not included? Someone to say something about them at their burial.
I confess, I looked around at these other burials, and there was no one there. There was no one representing. It was these people were absolutely alone in their death.
And that was something Jay and his clergy team say they couldn't stand for, no matter what.
We just think that for Nashvillians of all types, that everybody deserves to have somebody at their funeral. One of the burials we're doing today is somebody that I actually knew who had been a part of our church. He was a formerly homeless man.
This is the 915.
Mr. Holloway. Okay, we need to go feet first. Which way we got?
He was a special person for us.
Got it? All right.
For 5 months now, burials of those without a family of their own no longer end with just these words.
All right, fellas. Lift it up.
Thanks to fellow pastor James Cole and the Call the Name program Jay started, today they end with these ones.
Friends, we gather today to remember the life of Jimmy Holloway, our neighbor and resident of our city. We come today to call out his name, remembering him on behalf of all who knew and loved him. This body we commit to the ground, earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. May God's perpetual life be found in this place, and may Jimmy's name never be forgotten.
Amen.
Amen.
Everyone, Jay says, deserves a final moment.
Somewhere along the line, somebody loved him. Somewhere along the line, they brought joy to someone. Somewhere along the line, they were part of our society. And so we think it's important to go ahead and acknowledge them and to be with them.
They all have names here, even if sometimes they're just placeholders. But now,
It's an honor to be here with y'all, and y'all are in our prayers.
they have a voice, too.
May this place be a place of quiet rest, free from pain and turmoil, and may Robert be surrounded by love and light.
Words of kindness before moving on to the next one.
I'm so sorry for your loss, my friends.
Take care.
Jay knows there will always be a next one.
It's a sad story in that there are people that are abandoned, that have no one to be with them.
But in a place that can feel so cold, Jay and his team proved early one January morning
How you doing today?
Good morning. How you doing?
Good to see you.
Yes, sir.
there can be such good in a goodbye.
There are people in this community that love their neighbors to the point that they're willing to get up early in the morning and trek out in the snow to say, we loved you and we're here with you. That's the good part of it.
With photojournalist Catherine Stewart, Jason Lamb, News Channel 5.
State of Tennessee versus Travis J. Rankin.
16 times amid a sea of tension, 12 of Travis Reinking's peers agreed.
For the offense of premeditated first-degree murder. Guilty.
16 times,
Guilty.
families destroyed by a mass shooter at a Waffle House
Guilty.
found resolution and found each other.
Guilty.
For survivors and their loved ones, there is comfort in this,
Guilty.
but they know a hug cannot bring Joe Perez Jr., Torian Sanderlin, DeEbony Groves, and Aquila De Silva back.
Guilty.
True justice is having my son here, but unfortunately,
Guilty.
4 years can be a long time to wait for a day that means so much.
Guilty. Guilty. Guilty.
I don't know, it was just so much going through my mind.
Guilty.
For 4 years, I have been standing up and fighting for justice for my son. I just couldn't believe that we were here at this point.
Guilty.
What is it these victims' families are feeling today?
Guilty.
A lot of different emotions, just overwhelming.
Guilty.
But the main thing I was focused on was making sure that they all got justice.
Perhaps one guess, relief from a word
Guilty.
uttered 16 times.
For the offense of first-degree felony murder. Guilty.
This is downtown Mayfield after the tornado. Not a day after, not a week after, not a month after.
It's a year after. Yeah. And we got a lot of job to do.
On streets where the traffic lights still don't work, progress is stop and go.
I honestly feel like by now they would have at least, we would have seen like they're trying to rebuild, but doesn't seem like it.
Janet Guardian and Jonathan Sendahas's family used to own La Azteca Market, while Mechanical Arms do most of the cleanup work around them. They've done much of their cleanup with their arms. As a word, hope can be found everywhere in Mayfield, in 4-letter metal reminders. But as a concept,
For the moment, I don't see nothing being rebuilt and stuff like that.
hope is measured differently. In a place where, around the worst of it, only one spot has reopened.
Just this restaurant.
Pretty well known for our barbecue pork. We sell a lot of our barbecued hams.
Baked beans and cornbread.
For as packed as it always is at the barn in Mayfield.
How y'all doing?
Owners Wayne and Suzanne Flint say it can sure feel lonely downtown.
Some days you're coming up here and you're just thinking, and wow, there's nothing here but us, you know.
The two made the decision to reopen weeks after the tornado came through.
For me, there was just no question. You know, this has been in my family for nearly 70 years, and Mayfield needed us, and we needed Mayfield.
Order!
2 more restaurants downtown are set to join Wayne and Suzanne soon.
I'm glad. I mean, I don't care if the restaurants, gas stations, or a hardware store. We need businesses down here.
But the Flints worry that other business owners delaying decisions on where to build or whether to build when their downtown is gone is keeping the downtown from coming back.
I heard someone on our news say the other day it takes 3 to 5 years. Well, at the rate we're going here in this town, 3 to 5 years won't take it.
But there are more visible signs of progress just down the street.
This is the groundbreaking service.
Something Bill and Barbara Patterson can see.
This is the house that we had.
From the deck of their new home.
We had our first Thanksgiving, a couple Sundays ago.
Yeah.
We're making new memories, but yes, I tear up and I cry sometimes.
Bill and Barbara were the first to receive a home from the nonprofit Homes and Hope for Kentucky.
There is so many good people left in this world. I didn't think there was any left.
Bill says much of this progress in neighborhoods has been thanks to religious groups in town ever since.
Look what they've done for us. MDS and the Amish. The MDS furnishes all of the trucks, trailers, tools.
In a nearby neighborhood, the group Samaritan's Purse is getting ready to build 70 homes.
There's people out there that really cares.
Yep.
And it breaks my heart. It's made me so humble.
But how can you sum up the feeling here?
There is hope.
Yes.
I promise you, there is hope.
After a catastrophe that's impacted so many here so differently.
I have no idea. Where's that hope at?
You treat people a little bit different now. I know I do. How you doing, Mr. Guthrie?
What's clear in Mayfield is no matter how you measure it,
We're coming back slowly.
They say they are, but I don't see it.
there's no single yardstick for progress.
It takes 10 years, it takes 10 years, you know. But we just need to get started.
With photojournalist Catherine Stewart, Jason Lamb, News Channel 5.